Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. This reading is for the 15th through the 22nd of November. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. We're in the full moon phase. You'll be watching this video on the 14th of November. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. First card out of the deck is the Seven of Cups. You're around a lot of temptation. Source is saying close out the cycle. Close out the cycle. Close out the cycle. Close out the cycle. You're around a lot of temptations, right? Money is trying to come in fast with somebody. Love is trying to come in fast around somebody. But remember the environment that you're in. So got a lot of temptations around you. So set some boundaries and don't be afraid to enforce those boundaries. Somebody is right there on the cusp of what you prayed for. Right there on the cusp, we have the Five of Pentacles. So an easy way to know this, Leos, is like when you know you're on the cusp is when you get close to, when you start sitting down and start thinking, wait a minute, let me think about this. As soon as I get close to something that I prayed for, it seems like the same type of energies come back around. They need something. They need something from me. Right? Whether it's money, material possessions, they need access to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if it's an ex just trying to resurface, they need sex, they need something from you. But then they get what they need. Family members, they can get something that they need, whether it's some gossip, something. They need something from you and they give you the cold shoulder again. It's almost like they have this radar, something attached to you. They know something good is about to happen for you. And it's like, beep, 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 beep. I got to go find Leo because I need something from Leo, right? So Source is saying to you, you're going to have to rise. You're going to have to raise above all that judgment of what they think about you or vice versa. So say you're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses, you're going to have to learn how to enforce a boundary because the energy is going to restrict you again. And if you haven't learned the lesson before, you're just going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be strong. Whoever it is, it's energies, and that's just how they wired. That's just how they wired. And it's an emotional bond. It's an emotional connection you have with somebody. It's like you can't. It's like you almost like you can't stop yourself. So you're going to have to stop yourself this time. This is where you're going to have to do the mirror work. You're going to have to see yourself. It's like, okay, when I look in the mirror, I see myself as a good person. I don't see myself as this dark entity when I look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I see myself as prosperous. I love myself, right? I see myself as love. I see myself as making money. So if it's something that somebody said to you, like, oh, you're not attractive or you'll never be anything, or sometimes some people can say something really piercing, right? Or you don't love me, or you're not good enough, or you may have drank the poison, you may believe it, right? Whatever it is, or maybe it's on the other end. You're the only person that's ever been there for me when I really needed somebody. Or, you're the only person that's ever said a kind word to me, or whatever it is. Source is saying you're going to have to break that bond. You're going to have to break that, some kind of codependency or something. Somebody's going to have to break that, right? That number 8. You're going to have to stay focused. You're on the light dark side of the number 8. Somebody's on the dark side of the number 8. That's emotional wounding. This is where you go find out what your Chiron is. Chiron. You do need your time of birth. And WikiHow actually has some really nice illustrations and like what the, kind of showing you what that looks like and how to fix that. Some suggestions. So they just suggestions. Only take what resonates with you. Everything may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Keep your vibrations as high as you possibly can. It's full moon energy. Emotions sneak up on people real fast. This is a beaver moon, right? So if you know anything about how beavers build dams, they rip something down real fast and tear it down real fast and build it up real fast. So if you're around energies that tear you down real fast as it relates to your money and as it relates to your emotions, like tear you down real fast and then turn around and build you back up. Make 1 minute they make you cry, the next minute they have you cracking up laughing, or you confused in your emotions as it relates to those things. Source is saying it may be time for you to start knowing your worth and knowing your value and stop restricting yourself. This may be a good time for you to enforce a boundary. This may be a real good time for you to break a generational cycle, chain, and curse. Yeah. Maybe a good time for you to say, okay, it's time to take the blindfolds off. Somebody getting a little bit too much joy out of, making you feel bad about yourself. That's not something you putting you in survival mode situation. Somebody putting you, there's a little bit too much joy out of this. So maybe it's time to take a leap of faith. There's the 3 of Wands here. That's fire. Maybe it's time to put some fire up under yourself and start praying. Source, help me out of this. Maybe I'm feeling restricted here at this point. I want to be in survival mode. I want to be in survival mode. These emotions are deep. Right? I want to be in survival mode. Because it's an environment that somebody is in. It's a type of an environment that somebody's in. So you could be around people who drink. You could be around people who are just toxic. Right? So thank you for person who put the comment below letting me know that you just got a new job. Congratulations to you. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it takes faith. Like, okay, I need to get my mind clear. So you can hear reading over and over and over again. And you can hear, make room. Wealth is trying to come through. Make room, make room, make room. And finally something clicks. I'm around some people that just keep talking the same negative conversation. I need to say no one weekend. I need to get by myself, and I need to start saying, okay, source, show me who I need to erase, or show me who I need to get away from so I can make room for more wealth. Boom, something could come through. Show me who is restricting me. Show me who the energy, who keeps talking to me like I'm just this dark spirit. When they look at me, like, even if I can't see, even if they got a smile on their face when they're talking to me, show me that when they show me their spirit, that they look at me as less than. Show me their spirit. They don't know my worth and they don't know my value. Show me my spirit so I can know my worth and my worth and my value. So that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do, is like in a very meek way, not in survival mode, but in a meek way. Let Source fight your battles. So that Source fight your battles. So that when energies don't give you access to something, you can, in a gentle way, simply say, okay, prayer answered. Prayer answered. So that Source can reroute your water. Right? So you can leave some energies behind. That's how a lot of people get promoted. Whether you realize it or not, that's how a lot of people get promoted in the workplace. You don't have to compete. People, when you know your worth and your value, your energy says it. Your energy says it. Like, why am I, scratching like a wild lion in the workplace? I can sit on my throne regal. You're at a high frequency. So you didn't. Somebody did not sign up for something. You didn't sign up for, the to be on your belly like a snake. Something you've outgrown. Something you've outgrown. Right? You know your worth and your value. So something you've outgrown. So Dame of Swords. So somebody knows their worth and their value, and somebody's like, you're not judging people, so you could be in a job where you just feel like you're not judging people, right? But you know your worth and you know your value. So that's what you're saying. You may feel restricted at this point. So now it's time to start praying. You don't want to be in survival mode anymore. Now it's time for a promotion. So you can defend your decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive. So you don't feel weighed down. You don't feel burdened. You don't feel burdened and you don't feel bitter by anything. You don't want to feel restricted. Right? Here we have the Four of Wands here. So I definitely feel like somebody is either going to get promoted, or somebody is moving on to a place that feels more like home for them. Something is going to feel like a homecoming for somebody. Whether you could be in a new job or something that just feels like, okay, this feels like where I belong. Like this feels like a better fit for me. Right? This feels like, okay, it feels like a warmer environment. If that makes sense to somebody. Like if you've ever worked in like let's say if it's money, like let's say if it's money, you say, okay, these people feel some kind of cold. So no matter how warm you are, it still seems like you're the one that's almost like you stand out. Like everybody's just kind of cold. You feel restricted in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Kind of almost to the point like you feel overwhelmed. But whatever environment you're in, I feel like somebody won't feel restricted. You just feel like, it's just a warmer environment. It feels like home. Something feels like home for you. Right? So here we have the Ten of Swords. So what behind closed doors, you won't feel like, okay, everybody's talking about you behind your back. So, all right, Leos. So, because that could be an all too familiar feeling for somebody too, whether it's in your personal or your professional life. But I do feel like somebody is trying to rise above the break that generational cycle, chain, and curse, both in your personal and your professional life. So, here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, somebody is definitely down to earth and relatable, but that feeling restricted and behind closed doors, somebody just feel like people talking about them behind their back could cause people to drink. I mean, whatever's going on, like somebody just doesn't feel like it's just like it's a warm environment wherever they are. Somebody doesn't feel like just people are just like a snake. Like people are just. I feel like somebody feel like they've outgrown their environment. That's what I feel like. Wherever. And remember, time is relative. So, excuse me, if you just got a new job or you just got promoted, then yes, congratulations to you. But if you're still somewhere where you feel like, okay, I feel like I've outgrown this environment, whether it's geographically where you live, it's like, okay, these people are just kind of stuck. You're not judging anybody. You're just trying to enforce a boundary. Somebody no longer wants like gossiping. Somebody no longer wants the things that you've outgrown so much stuff. Like somebody doesn't want drinking in their house. Somebody doesn't want cold-hearted people in their house. Somebody wants people to feel like it's a warm environment, in their house. You want to be more inclusive, in your house. You want more compassionate people in your house. Somebody just wants a different kind of vibration. You want a different vibe in your house. That's what I feel, like in your vault door. You don't want somebody to say, oh, another spirit took over. I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was doing. Like somebody don't want that. You don't want the shade in your house. You don't want ruthlessness in your house. You want people to be free. Right? So something kind of brought that on. Somebody is learning how to like believe in themselves. Somebody had to put something to an end. Two situations, you're now leaving something behind, right? Where people had to be in survival mode because of drinking, because somebody was cold-hearted, somebody was depressed. Something was just something exploded. I can see that in the cards. Something happened. But something that didn't need to happen, but it was because of the environment. And so now somebody's learning how to pour into themselves. Um, and so your ancestors have a message. Peace is paramount. There it is right there. Peace is paramount. At what age did your parents work on their shadow self? And at what age did you work on your shadow self? I see you being booked and busy. I see solar plexus chakra cleanse, right? That's that midsection. That's the right up under the breastplate. I definitely see you finding your own star. See you finding your own star. I see you doing the mirror work. I see you making room for a whole new blessing. I see you tossing some things into a burning bowl, adjusting your crown. I see you now paying attention to all the signs around you, like certain things you will not allow across a threshold in your life, especially when you're talking about like other types of spirits. Other types of spiritual people are like, oh, they didn't realize something else